As you know, the British ruled India for a long time. And Gandhi was for 20 years in South Africa. And then he came to India, back to India, to help in the fight for India's liberation. In the year 1919, there took place a very terrible incident when several hundred people were massacred in 10 minutes. There was a large crowd of Indians who came to a meeting, and a British general came with his soldiers, and he ordered the soldiers to fire without any warning to the crowd to disperse. And in 10 minutes, 379 people were killed according to official figures. According to unofficial estimates, 2,000 people were killed. This was the worst single incident in the story of British rule over India. And this took place on 13th of April, 1919. A few days before this terrible incident, 5 or 6 Englishmen were killed in the same city in northern India, a city called Amritsar, when a very large crowd of Indian demonstrators became unruly, became violent, and 5 or 6 Englishmen were killed. After the news of the great massacre spread across India, India was indignant about what had happened. And at the end of the year, in December of 1919, a great rally took place in the same city where the incident had taken place, a city called Amritsar. And Gandhi was present, and many other leaders of the Indian independence movement were present. There was an Irish woman present whose name was Annie Besant, and she had made India her home, and Indian home rule her life's mission. And 2 years before this incident, she was the president of the Indian National Congress, which was the leading vehicle, organization for the independence movement. So all the political leaders of India were present at this occasion at the end of December to decide what they should do. And there was a resolution before this assembly which said that we condemn the terrible massacre that had taken place, and we ask the British government to remove the British Viceroy of India and to remove the governor of the place where the incident had taken place. And there was a second paragraph in this resolution which said, this House also deplores the violence by the Indian crowd which resulted in the killing of the 5 or 6 Englishmen. There was a debate on this resolution, and speaker after speaker came to the platform and said that the first paragraph is of course very appropriate, that we should condemn the terrible massacre and demand the recall of the Viceroy and the Governor. But we don't agree with the second paragraph. We should not add that second paragraph to this resolution. One person came and said that no son of an Indian mother could have drafted the second paragraph of the resolution. And the hint or the suggestion of this person was that maybe this Irish woman, she was a white woman, she must have drafted the second paragraph. We cannot agree with it. No son of an Indian mother would say any such thing. There was a voting, and in the voting, the second paragraph was deleted. The first paragraph was passed. The next day, the chairman of the meeting said to the House that Mr. Gandhi wants to speak on what we discussed yesterday. Why should we discuss what was already decided upon yesterday, said many people? But because Gandhi was respected, he was allowed to speak on the previous day's resolution. And he started by saying, I've been thinking deeply and long on this remark that no son of an Indian mother could have drafted the second part of the resolution, because in fact I had drafted it. And he went on to say, after thinking deeply and long about this matter, I came to the conclusion that only the son of an Indian mother could have drafted the second part of the resolution. And then he went on to speak as if his whole life depended on that question. He spoke with conviction, he spoke with passion, and at the end of that meeting, they took a vote again and decided also to pass the second paragraph of the resolution. This was in April 1919. And, sorry, the massacre was in April 1919, and this was in December 1919. And when that happened, the Indian independence movement obtained the moral high ground. And after obtaining the moral high ground, it became impossible for the British to stop the Indian independence movement. I wanted to tell this complicated story, and I'm very grateful that Ernesto has kindly translated it for all of you. Because it is one thing to say, yes, Mahatma Gandhi was a man of great moral strength, great power. But it is also important to know that he was able to speak the bitter truth to his own people. It is relatively easy to speak the bitter truth about your enemy, about your political rivals, about some enemy country, and to say, they are terrible, we must fight them. That's not so difficult. But if your own people make mistakes, and make bad mistakes, and you have to say to your own people, we must admit our mistakes. To kill those 5 or 6 Englishmen was wrong. We are sorry about that. And when the Indian people agreed with that, the Indian movement had the moral high ground. This is what happened under the leadership of Gandhi.